Montreal last weekend, Watkins Glen this weekend. Robby Gordon skipped Montreal, kicking himself for that, but he should be one of the favorites, he hopes, at Watkins Glen. The politically correct Robby Gordon? Oh, I don't know about that, but he needs a sponsor, so here he is. NASCAR press conference, all the right things, well, most of the right things. Any ideas for Tony Stewart? Robby's been a car owner, an owner-driver, for almost 4 years now. He should know how it's done, even though he hasn't won yet. Could win this weekend.
You know, I think he'll do a good job at it. You know, the only words of wisdom that I gave him was, and I only mean it in fun and games. Be careful what you wish for; you might get it. You know, it's a chore to be the driver and the owner, but at the same time, provided you hire the right people and they do their job and follow through with it and take ownership in it, it's not that big of a deal. It's when you have to get involved in certain situations. Well, you know, one thing about you know, budgets for next year, and trust me, we know exactly what it costs from year to year. You know, the fuel cost is changing our travel just a little bit, but it's in the big scheme of things, it's not affecting us a lot. Shipping hasn't seemed to affect us very much because a lot of our parts come out of Charlotte here where we're based. But as far as you know, our budget, you know, this year has been our first year of Car Tomorrows, and I'll be honest with you, we've run the same 5 cars for the last 3 months. So we have inventory built up. We continue to build new inventory, build new cars, which are only better, and we do that throughout the season. So I can't see for any reason why next year would be a lot more money than it was this year to operate one of our cars. Well, we know what it takes as sponsorship to go and do this thing, and I feel confident that we'll get a sponsor for next year and that we'll be able to continue on. I also have a lot of confidence that Jim Beam will return with us as well. Wow, I think the hardest part, the first part was getting the operation up and running. Now that we're in our 4th year as team owners now, so that's pretty surprising when you look back at it. But we've showed really good consistency every year. We've climbed the ladder in points, and we work ourselves up into a higher position. I'm confident by the end of the year this year we'll learn from some of the mistakes that we made again with the Car Tomorrow. You know, this is our first year of running a Car Tomorrow year round, and when you're a single car team, it takes a little longer to find solutions for some of the problems. But you know, the people side of it is probably the most difficult, getting everybody on the same team. It sounds crazy. You'd think everybody working together would be on the same team anyways, but you know, you have a lot of cliques and a lot of groups, and there's a lot of egos in the sport. So trying to get everybody to work together and be a team to make the best product that we can possibly make and bring it to the racetrack every week has probably been the hardest thing. And the schedule, you know, we look at the NASCAR schedule and people say it's 36 weekends. And, you know, we do the Dakar Rally and it's a 16-day race. But the NASCAR schedule is like the Dakar Rally all year long. You know, by the time you get home on Monday, you got to be already having cars ready so that they can roll in the truck on Wednesday and go the next weekend. So you have to be really well prepared, and you got to really look into the future of what you're going to need to make your team better. And it's hard to work on your stuff and go to the racetrack and make improvements. So you know, if it was a goalpost that stood still, it'd be pretty easy to kick field goals, but every week the competition gets a little bit better. The field goal moves a little farther down, and you got to push your guys and you got to push your team to be better and stronger. I think the easy part of it's always been the driving part of it, making our race cars fast, making our race cars light, and making our race team efficient has probably been the most difficult thing. But you know, like I said, we're 4 years into it now, so if an opportunity opened up for a second car, we do have a lot of our policies and procedures in place, and our systems where we're kind of routine now, and we're not racing the race of Wednesday or Thursday to get the car in the hauler. We're actually racing the race on the racetrack, and that's the most important thing.
So will they be racing in the rain again this weekend? Jimmy Johnson says NASCAR officials have assured him no cup racing in the rain. I don't know about Saturday. 40% chance of showers. Robby says he's ready. He wants to race in the rain, and he's probably the best racer in the rain that NASCAR has.
Well, I think, you know, right now, next year looks a lot like it did this year, you know, where we got sporadic events, so there is opportunity. Obviously, you know, sponsors, and everybody wants to be involved with a team that can win races. And I look at this weekend as an opportunity of putting our team in victory lane. And there's only been, 3 teams this year that have been in victory lane. So if we can pull it off, that'd be big. Well, I was kicking myself last weekend watching that because I do enjoy the racing in the rain so much. It would have been a lot of fun. I think we were well prepared for that. We've done a lot of rain racing in the past, so our road race car, the Busch or the Nationwide Series car has defrosters, has windshield wipers, has all the stuff we would have needed for that event. So that's kind of a bummer we weren't there, but we were really trying to put all of our focus on this Jim Beam weekend here at Watkins Glen. We're running both the Nationwide car and the Cup car. Yeah, it looks like 40% right now for Saturday, so that'll be interesting.
So here we are, waiting for all the NASCAR guys to roll in from Sturgis. Not on their bikes, though. They'll be flying in. You know how this bunch is. They don't have time to ride all the way from the Dakotas to Watkins Glen. No, they'll be flying in, talking about what happened out there, and preparing for a rainy weekend, it looks like. Robby Gordon, see what he can do. He needs a shot in the arm. Mike Mulhern for the Winston-Salem Journal, journalnow.com.